إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله خير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. I greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. I'd like to welcome you all for continuation of our series 55 Hadith on Islamic behavior and discipline. This morning, inshallah, we have segment number 47, guarding one's tongue. وعن سهل بن سعد رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: من يضمن لي ما بين لحييه وبين رجليه أضمن له الجنة. Bukhari, read by Abdul Samad.
Narrated Sahel bin Sa'd, the Prophet ﷺ said, whosoever protects that which is between his jaws and that which is between his legs will guarantee paradise. Bukhari. Lessons to learn. A Muslim should understand that the Prophet ﷺ's commandments are the way to piety and salvation. Protecting one's speech and one's private parts will guarantee one to enter Jannah if one has true Iman. Many major sins originate from these two sources. It is recommended in Islam for one to say something good or keep quiet. Islam encourages modest dress and behavior for both men and women, which include lowering one's gaze and covering the aura. Women should observe hijab that they are better protected.
This hadith that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, whosoever grantees for me what's between his two jaws and his two legs, I will guarantee him Jannah. As we understand about the greatness of Jannah, and Jannah is so big, so great, but look, here is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam comparing two parts of your body and showing you that this can be your means in Jannah, to Jannah, if you guarantee it, if you protect it, if you keep it away from what is forbidden by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is a person's responsibility to guard his tongue as well as his private parts, to do his best or her best to do so they can be from the people of Jannah. Although the condition before anything always is Iman in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and finality of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you compare your tongue to your arm as example, you found your tongue is so small compared to your arms. But why is the Prophet ﷺ focusing about these two parts of your body? Because most dangers and most sins comes as a result of this, especially the tongue. It can be loose and talk day and night without tired. Although I understand talking about dunya, talking about other things, but when it comes about the remembrance of Allah, or reciting the Quran, or teaching the knowledge, he found the people so cheap about it. But when about talking, gossiping, lying, all these things, he found the tongue will go fast and quick in this. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us in Quran, ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد. Is no uttering that you utter other than there is two angels there to record what you're saying. Anything that you say is recorded, and is recorded for you or against you. So before you start to talk or open your mouth, think what I'm going to say, why I'm saying, how I say it, because you are responsible about it. And this, the word, when it comes, you could not take it back. Okay? When the word that come out of your mouth is a lie or a curse, whatever it is, you could not fix it anymore. It's already been said. Okay? So it is very important that Muslims be very watchful and careful about what they say, especially وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. You don't say things about Allah that you have no knowledge. He says the people, oh, this is haram, aki, or this haram, sister, okay, and you are not sure that it's haram or not. So saying things about Allah with no knowledge come more serious than anything else. Nevertheless, that lying is haram, slandering is haram, backbiting is haram, and also that the private parts. If you compare your private parts to your leg as example, there is no comparison. But the danger and the sin can come as a result of somebody fornicating, committing adultery, lewdness, all these things is a big haram. It can make a difference even between a person being alive or being dead. Because if a person get married, regardless if he's still married or divorced, he or she, and commit illegal intercourse, that's their life according to Islam supposed to be taken. You see? So it's so dangerous that the result comes out of these two parts, although the smallest parts of your body, but it can make your destination, make your, it can determine your future to Jannah or to hellfire. Okay? It will determine your future. Where are you going? Okay? So we have to be very careful about what we say and be careful about the relationship, okay, our intimate relationship. And that if you notice that nothing is haram except if Allah makes something halal. Nothing that you can enjoy except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made halal and haram in it. In the food, in intercourse, in anything, you found that there is a halal and haram. And the halal for you to do, and the haram to stay away from it. So the same way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid what you call adultery and fornication, that Allah made halal, the marriage, and make it even for more than one woman. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not to deprive us of enjoying ourselves or using our tongue or using our private parts, but he's forbidden us from things because it can destroy our society, it can destroy our future also. So if on anything that Islam forbid is because to give you the good of this life first, and give you also what? The good of the hereafter. So adhering and listening to the order of Allah and the warning of Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam is what is going to make life good for us and make also the future in the day of judgment to be good for us. And also we have to understand things which promote the lying, the gossiping, the slandering, or promote fornication, adultery is also haram. Because the ruling is say what? ما أدى إلى الحرام فهو حرام. Whatever leads to haram, it became haram. So people did not go, especially women, okay, and displaying their beauty, okay, because this will lead to haram. All right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us from all the haram, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us that we say on the sirat al-mustaqim in what we say and what we do. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Special greeting to Al Nahas, يا عباس وإياك والترباس. نهارك أبيض. Comments, concern, questions, and special good morning or salam to Al Zahran. Alhamdulillah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
I have one question.
Brother Isa, Brother Jesus.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Is talking to any female considered haram? Like,
It depends what you're going to say. You understand? You go to food line, you find most of them women, and you buy and you sell and you give her the money and say, no, this is not the right to change. Now you're talking. Is this haram? So it depends what kind of talk we're going to talk. So it depends what kind of talk. And Allah especially about women, He told them, فَلَا تَخْضَعْنَ بِالْقَوْلِ فَيَطْمَعَ الَّذِي فِي قَلْبِهِ مَرَض. Special woman. She have to watch how she talk. Because she can be talking the same thing. But no, it's $5, it's $10. But in a soft and what you call sexy way and things like this to promote fitna. You see? So it's what we talking about and how we talking. This what is going to determine, you understand, if it can be or could not be. As example, let's say the sister in the back now, she want to ask a question. So what she's going to do? No, she can speak. Even if there is a public, there are people sitting, and she will say, okay, Imam, Sheikh, brother, whatever, what about such and such? Does a woman have to wear a socks, as example, to go outside? She's asking question, okay? So it depends on what you saying, and what he's saying, and for what he's saying, all these things, okay?
I got non-Muslim friends that I've been friends with before in my jahiliyyah.
Okay.
And, you know, sometimes they call me or whatever, but
What we're going to be talking about, politics, about money, about sex, about going to movie together, what we're going to be talking about. I'm sure, you see, you say, بل الإنسان على نفسه بصيرة ولو ألقى معاذيره. Every person well acquainted with it. We know, even cats, okay, cats, an animal, they will know the difference between what's right and wrong. If you give the cat, you understand, the food with, you giving it to her, she will sit and eat there beside you. But if she snatch it, okay, she ran away to some, so she can feel secure, he or she feels secure to eat it. Why? Because Allah gives them the ability to understand. You took it lawfully, or you stole it from the dish and you ran away with it. So we know. So we have many, many friends. But you understand, there is a saying, is a speech, then a smile, then appointment, there's a meeting, and they say, understand, things start. So the more that you stay away from the fitna or what may lead to fitna, the more you're going to be secure. Okay, today we talk about potatoes, and tomorrow we talk about tomatoes, and after tomorrow we're going to talk about what? Apples, bananas. Okay, another day about apples and bananas. What about the fifth day? Is always going to be something to talk about it. And the more you talk, I say, come on, man, I just called you. It's only been 15 minutes. Now, when you understand that it's going to be, maybe did not happen the fitna right away, but sooner or later. So you have to decide what's this going to lead, what's your intention, how far are you going to go with this conversation. And if it's not a necessity in your life, okay, neither is going to help you in your dunya or your deen, so what is about? It's not going to be nothing except haba'il shaitan. Because the shaitan, he has a net. He doesn't snatch you like this. He throw his net, and after this, when you stay on it, you know, like the trap for the shaitan, for the mice, you put a trap. Okay? The moment that hit it, you're going to catch it. So as long as you keep going around this area, you are in a danger zone. This is the reason you found this sign when you go to the gas station, turn your motor off while you're pumping your gas. Why? Because it's danger. Does not mean that it's going to be fire, but there is a possibility it can happen. So the same thing. If there is a woman, there is a need to talk about it. I've been knowing her for 50 years and been jahiliyyah or whatever it is. But what is the end of this conversation? You want to get married, get married. Is a business? Okay, $5, $10. Say, okay, I bring your order tomorrow. It's finished. Go about it. But they want to go and sit and talk, and after this, go have dinner together. After dinner is going to be a movie. After a movie is, what about you come over my house? And after you go over the house, what? Let's go to Myrtle Beach. And after okay, it keep going like this. And finally, the shaitan already has the glue, the stick glue, waiting there, someplace. May Allah keep us from all the fitna. Yes, dunya is full with a lot of fitna. Inshallah. Allah subhanahu. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless your day. There.
In a situation where, here
in America.
In America and as well as overseas, you have a lot of fitna where that's done by Muslims. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us that people who disobey Him, that they would be punished. And especially those who have the knowledge and still disobey. He said they will be sternly punished, but we're supposed to give a certain amount of fatwa or information to this person who we see committing fitna, and then if you're not getting through to him, he say leave them alone, leave them to me. Yeah, he would punish them. And in this situation where Muslims in Muslim countries now are killing each other, terrible fitna, and some of them are being helped by the kuffar. So when you give them dawah or talk to them about this haram, and you seem like you're not getting through to them, Allah said leave them be, so you should leave them be. Is this right? Let Him take care of them.
So?
Because some people bring, like this here, virus and things, people are telling me about Muslims who are coming together, praying toe to toe, shoulder to shoulder. when a word has been put out by the non-Muslim to space yourself between people. Don't get too close. And so it seems like some of them are following this in the masjid. You go, and instead of being toe-to-toe, you got a gap big enough for a bull to run through you. So should you continue to pray in this manner, or find a place where you feel more comfortable, where people are praying according to the Sunnah?
Are we talking about time like what we live in now, like because Corona as example, or are you talking in general? If it comes about this part of the Sunnah, that a person who have a contagious disease not to be exposed or to sit or to socialize or whatever with the other person.
Right. But
So we are not talking about emergency conditions, is it?
Well, they call it an emergency condition with this virus.
Who
because
going
it's
to
spreading.
determine what is emergency or not? Me and you? We don't know too much about this stuff. So there is a specialized people in this, like doctors and people who working in this field. They saying that this is contagious. So, and the Prophet ﷺ said in the Hadith, not the person who have the virus to be mixed with the person, okay, that who is have no virus. So those people, they need to stay home, not to come, you understand, to the masjid or to the public places. And the people who are not to be there to act according to the Sunnah to the best of their ability. But if somebody, because they understand they don't want to be close to each other because I'm Arab and they American, this is a problem now, okay? This is something different we're talking about. But nevertheless, we need to pass the message. فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر. Remind them, you only a reminder, you have no authority over them. Like I say, give your word, give your advice in the proper manner, and after this, keep going about your own way. I could not, you understand, walk with the stick. I say, you better put your foot beside his foot and the stick. But some of us also go to the extreme. I saw some brothers, you understand, about to knock me down. You understand, the big muscles and very strong, and you go and you understand to break my foot. By the time I finish Salat al-Dhuhr, if I'm standing beside him, I have got to wrap my feet, you understand, because they, so, okay, and after every rak'ah they come up, you understand, keep pushing it. You're already there. What else he want? No, he want to step over it. We have to know, we understand. Practice the Sunnah according to the Sunnah. Don't call it Sunnah and hurt somebody, okay, because you're practicing the Sunnah.
But in this situation of this virus in this country, as well as in other countries, individuals don't know they have it until they have some symptoms of it. Then you go get checked out from the doctor because you hear of the symptoms of the virus.
The Sunnah is to save your life, okay? The Sunnah is to save your life. So if there is a possibility, stay away. What you call, if it's doubt, live without. So stay away from it. It's a matter of a week, 2 weeks, a month, and everything goes back again to normal way. So we are doing it because there is a possibility. And Islam came to save your life. Islam wants to protect you. Islam doesn't want you to get sick, okay? So Islam is concerned about your health.
Right.
So if we say that those people who have the problem to stay home, you're telling me, but there is somebody who doesn't look like, but he is. So now if there is a problem, why wouldn't it be caution?
Why what?
Why wouldn't it take, you understand, some measurements?
Caution.
Yeah. What's going to happen? So it's not that we try to be arrogant or I say I'm better than him, I don't want to be beside him. No, I'm distant from him for a reason now. I'm distant from him for a reason that happened. It's not that I'm going to keep doing it all my life. We don't see the people pray like this, but some people pray always like this because this is their madhab. Okay? They never, not before Corona, not after Corona. They still understand, stay understand a distance like this.
Yeah,
Because this is the way in their madhab.
right.
Even you tell them about the sunnah, you say, but the madhab is the imam so and so used to, school of thought, used to pray like this. Yeah, imam so and so did not have you understand all the hadith, and we see in the other school of thought is say shoulder to shoulder, foot to foot, and that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered to do such and such. So this problem exists with people who stick to the school of thoughts regardless. You show them hadith or not. This is a different story now.
Right, but when I'm talking about a gap, I'm talking about from this brother to me.
I understand, akhi, in emergency cases. This is emergency. The Prophet ﷺ told us even more than this. He say, if there is a place where that contagious, do not enter the place. Do not enter it. And if you are in a city and it happened, don't leave your city.
Right.
So there is some in Islam is saying that you have to stay. What's the hadith? وفر من المجذوم فرارك من الأسد. There is a certain contagious disease. The Prophet ﷺ said, if you know that this person have it, run away from him like you're running away from a lion.
But you're not going to know, Sheikh.
Huh?
What he's saying is you're not going to know for like 14 days.
Okay, but it is a time. It is a time. I'm not going to understand everybody come to the masjid, shoot him with this temperature gun in his head to see, are you contagious or not? Do you have it or not? So there is a problem going on. So can we relax the rules for a day or for a month? Can we relax it? Or it's going to be hellfire right away? We done it because of a reason. There is a possibility, yes. I'm going to be a distant for a reason. There is something going on now.
Right.
Okay? So you're telling me that you could not know because the symptoms is not appear until 4 days, so I'm going to wait until I take the disease from him, and after this I say, okay, I was practicing the sunnah. The sunnah is to preserve your life, so you can be strong. المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف. A strong believer is more dearer to Allah than the weak one. So I want to stay healthy and strong as much as I can. There is a possibility that the imam can have it, or the musallin can have it. So we're going to be a distant. For what? For 10 years? No. Is this what we used to do before? No. So it's something. So we are not going to be, understand, if you did not do it for every salah, now we are not in the sunnah now. No, the sunnah is to save your life, especially in time of disaster like what we in. So if the people do this, fine, for a reason. But before, they used to do it? No. So, this is what I have, and Allah knows best.
Have it ever been a plague that you got that was contagious by just talking to someone? Ever?
Say that again, bro?
Have there ever been a plague that was contagious by just speaking to someone or just
It's possible. Why you think the Prophet said don't enter the city or don't leave the city? Yes, people can be contagious. People can be through the air, can be by touching, can be, everything is possible.
Yeah.
You see? Everything is possible. So why wouldn't it be in the safe side? What is going to harm? If this is not what we believe to be our normal way standing in the salah. I know it looks strange, okay? But it's emergency. You drive 65 miles, okay? But because you understand you're low in air, now you're going to continue driving in 65? You're going to slow now, and first exit you get in out until you can take care of this problem. And after this, you go back to normal. So the people did this because something there. You understand? There is a problem there. For a week, for a month, for 2 months, whatever it is, it's okay. And we're saying that people have to be safe and they try to secure ourselves if they stay. The Prophet ﷺ, akhi, what is more than praying in the mosque? He orders the muazzin to call and say, when you come to Hayya ala salah, Hayya ala falah, say what? Sallu fi buyutikum, Sallu fi rihalikum, as-salah fi rihal. Pray at your houses. So which one is more? The ones that we are not beside each other, or now I'm telling you, pray in your house? This is more distant. This is more distant than two people is not beside each other in the line. He said, don't come. And this was what? Because mud was raining. And the Prophet doesn't want to put hardship on them. So Islam didn't come to make us suffer. Islam came, you understand, to facilitate things for us. Islam said, فَمَنِ اضْطُرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا عَادٍ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. Those who've been forced by necessity. So that means, can I eat khanzir? Yes, you can, because it's the only thing there. The only thing is dead meat. Can I eat dead meat? Not in a normal condition. So there is exception. Now is exception. So if the people doing this because exception and something going on, we could not blame them. We could not tell them you're out of the sunnah. You're going to be punished. But how these people used to pray before, and how they going to pray later? They're going to come back shoulder to shoulder and foot to foot. So we shouldn't be, you understand, making a big thing out of it. Inshallah.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to actually, how you should bring this into like a discussion of argument and nothing, but I know the people who come together for Salat, and they've been praying, you know, toe to toe. Now all of a sudden they might make a rule up where, okay, let's distance ourselves. But the same people go out in the supermarket and shake hands with people, you know. They reach over to hand the cashier the money. Your hands almost touch. Sometimes it does touch when she exchanges, you know. So if you want to be lenient,
Akhi, we pass the law. We are not here to enforce the law. We are not. Me and you could not force the law on the people. This between them and Allah. Now he's not my brother because he did not put shoulder to shoulder, foot to foot to me, and he went to food line and did something totally different, and you got food line bag in your feet. So what we can do, Akhi? We could not be harsh in people like this. How come you understand you did not foot to foot to me, you did not salam me in the masjid, but now you understand you give the cashier to. This between them and Allah. فَذَكِّرْ إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُذَكِّرْ لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِمُسَيْطِرٍ. Allah said to the Prophet, not to Muhammad, Adly and Rafiq, he said, remind them, you're only a reminder, you have no authority over them. Pass the message and keep walking. Give them the message. And this is it. It's not a matter of argument, no, but we pass the message to the people. In a normal situation, it's supposed to be this. Do you agree about it? Yes. Oh, but I saw you in food line, you're doing something different. Let's try to understand, inshallah. We pray for ourselves, our brothers, our sisters, until this situation go over, inshallah, and everything is come back, inshallah, in a normal way, and we be patient with each other. None of us understand free from mistakes and sins and all these things, okay? Yes, some people, when they go to food lines, they totally different. I understand this. This is true.
yeah, not just food line, even in the masjid, I'm saying. You got brothers that come in now and do this here. They won't shake your hand. They want to punch you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's contact.
Okay, you got your stick with your
That's
Rafiq.
contact.
You take care of it.
You understand what I'm saying?
So use
Come
your
in
stick.
and pray, you're going to pray 6 feet apart. But yet you'll give me you know what I mean, knuckles
Yeah, I
instead of the
understand.
handshake.
It's okay. I understand what he's saying, but inshallah, we do our best, but still, we have to be easy on the believers, especially in a time of hardship and disaster like what we in. Let's try to easy in a little bit. You understand? 2 weeks ago, I was about to understand to bring my stick with me. But I understand people, akhi. And don't forget the shaitan also there. Say, oh, don't do it like this to them, but in food line, do it like this. Shaitan is still playing with us, okay?
Yeah.
We are not, you understand, so like a heroes. We can fight the shaitan all the time. Sometimes and we over we can conquer the shaitan sometimes. So it's a battle between us and the shaitan, and between us and our own soul. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. We are not perfect, everybody, including the imam, and the imam is the first one.
Oh yeah, on that note, I heard you keep saying that people know where the mosque is at. I was listening to yesterday morning class, and you said people know where the mosque is at. The kuffar, they already know where the mosque is at.
They
But
Googled it.
they don't. I got friends that grew up with me, they're my age. I'm not gonna say how old I am, but they asked me, where's the mosque on Gervais Street? They don't know where it's at.
Okay.
I saw two white guys sitting out here in front of the mosque. They said, oh, we feel God's spirit right here. They were sitting there reading the Bible. And they said, we feel God's spirit right here. I said, well, you're sitting in front of the mosque. And they didn't even know they were sitting in front of the mosque. And then I said, oh, well, why don't you come inside? They refused to come inside. They didn't know they were sitting in front of the mosque. So
What is the sign, akhi, say? What is the sign outside say?
I grew up here.
Akhi, I'm asking you.
I grew up here.
Okay,
And
I
I
make a
thought-
mistake, akhi. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Not everybody know where is the mosque.
I just want to make
No
Because
problem.
you said you sometimes even the imam can make mistakes.
Exactly. He's the first one and the most one make mistakes, and I admit my faults. And please forgive me.
We
No,
forgive you anyway, you know.
no problem, akhi. Have a good day, everybody. May Allah bless your day. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك